Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Dora and this is my 21st update to my No Buy project pan. So a couple of years ago, in November of 2022, I put myself on a no buy for certain makeup categories where I felt like I had too many items in a category, and I've set a goal amount for each of those categories, and once I would hit that goal amount, I'd be allowed to pull that category out of this project, and technically I'd be allowed to buy a new item as well from that specific category. At my last update, I managed to roll out 3 makeup categories from this project that had all been in here since the start, and I managed to eliminate face powders as well as lipsticks and lip liners. Today in this update, I don't have another category rolling out, but I do have a couple of empties. Before we get into it, I want to give a shout out to Jessica Payne, who has inspired this project. She's doing her Project 100 pan right now. She's also done a Project 50 pan, where she's panned her way through X amount of products in her entire collection for inflated categories, and she's put herself on a no buy for those inflated categories as well. So Jessica is linked down below. There's also a bunch of amazing panners who have joined in and they're doing their own version of a no buy project pan. Make sure you go and check them out, follow them, subscribe to them if you aren't already, and also of course while you're down there, subscribe to my channel too. I'd love to have you here. Thank you so much. Also in this update, I want to share with you my new eyeshadow palette that I bought. So I'm on a low buy for eyeshadow palettes, and this year I have allowed myself to buy 1 new eyeshadow palette per season. And because I started with winter at the beginning of 2024, autumn is going to be my last eyeshadow palette purchase allowance of the year. So yeah, I will be sharing that at the end of the video as well, including swatches, because I haven't even done any of that yet, and I think it would be kind of fun to do that. I know I promised you all a 2-year update, and that is still to come this month on the 30th of November. That's at least when I have it scheduled, and fingers crossed I'll be able to stick to that. So that is when I'm going to be showing you an overview of every single category and item that I still have within this project. I also want to go through what lessons have I learned compared to this past year versus the first year, because yeah, it's definitely been an interesting learning curve. And I also want to pull out specifically the products that have been in here since the beginning, and we can then draw a comparison between those 41 original items that I had back in November 22 versus where am I at 2 years later. How many of these items are actually still within my collection, regardless of whether that category has already exited this project or not. I think that could be interesting. I love stuff like that. Okay. Let's kick off though. So primers are in here, not an original 2 year ago category, but I have another empty, and this is my Flower Beauty In Your Prime primer. I really so enjoyed this product. I'm kind of sad it's done, but you know, I've still got 9 primers left, so I have to create some empties. I can't just be shuffling around constantly, not trying to finish anything. So very happy I have another empty, even though this would technically be a repurchase. I don't think this brand exists anymore, does it? Also a quick shout out to Ruth, who I got this product from. Thank you so much again. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I'm now down to 9 primers, down from 10. So we're in the single digits now, which I'm super excited about. My goal is to be down to 3, so I am still 6 away from hitting that goal. I really want to push myself to see if I can't make that happen for the end of next year. That would be so amazing. I'm gonna stick to the order of how I apply my makeup in. And so next from the categories that I want to share and talk to you about today is cream eyeshadow. This is another large for me category, and I'm now at 8. My goal is also to be down to 3, so I am 5 away from hitting that goal. again, maybe that's something that I might be able to achieve by the end of next year. I'm really gonna try. Keep a lookout for my 25 in 2025 video coming up very soon. I haven't filmed it yet. I've been editing my list back and forth, but I think I'm very confident and certain with what I have right now, so I'm ready to film that very soon. So here are 2 cream eyeshadow sticks where I have progress. I had to fish one of them out of my drawer there because I put it away thinking this is not going to be a focus item. I'm going to be sharing my relatively small list of focus items for this project for the end of the year later on in this video, but yeah. This is not one of them though. This is the e.l.f. No Budge shadow stick in Champagne Crystal, and here's what this looks like. I won't be rolling it up all the way for this video, but I've already done that. You just never know with these shadow sticks, they can break off quite easily, but I've already marked on the page. So this purple chunk here is my progress, and the last time I would have shown this item to you was in January of this year. So yeah, I mean, end of January even. So it's 10 months worth of progress, but I know that I hadn't touched it in the first half of the year, so I'm pretty happy with my progress here. The next item is this Vive eyeshadow stick or eyeshadow wand in Silver Mink. Actually, both of these products are also from Ruth. I've got this shadow as a base under my eye look today. I love it. It's very, very soft, so much softer than the e.l.f. But I will say, here it is, that what I'm struggling with is just the packaging issue. This cap is so tight, I struggle opening this. I mean, now it's fine, but you know, once I've applied like my primer, and that's when I would use this, yeah, my hands are too slippery. I struggle with opening this, but it's a small thing. But yeah, I would say in terms of the quality of this, it's on par with the Laura Mercier Caviar sticks. I panned one of those earlier this year, absolutely loved them. So I think either the Vive or the Laura Mercier would be repurchases for me rather than the e.l.f. But the e.l.f.'s are very good drugstore options, but just a little bit more on the drier side, if you don't mind that. And here's the progress on the Vive stick, and again, that is from end of January. I was just focusing again on other eyeshadow sticks that I managed to finish this year. I finished 3 already, so I'm very happy that there's still continued progress on these other items here. Let's talk about eye pencils next. And this is a category where the numbers have shifted, and I'll tell you why in a moment. I am right now at 5. And my goal is to be down to 2, so I'm 3 away from hitting that goal. This category keeps toggling between 4 and 5. I've had declutters because items have gone off. Over the summer, I hadn't even touched an eye pencil and it was already really rancid, so I had to declutter it. Didn't want to put it on my eyes anymore. Then new ones came in, a declutter came in from my mum, blah, 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 blah. I'm back at 5 now. Whatever. But I've got really good progress on the 4 that have already been in here since I last spoke to you. So as you can see, these are all fairly small and short, apart from this one here. This is a Maybelline one, but it's very waxy, buttery. It moves quite quickly. You will see in a moment in the progress lines. So even though a new item came in, it was a gift, so I didn't choose it myself. But yeah, got another black kohl here. Is it waterproof? No, it's just the P2 Intensive Kohl eyeliner in 010 Dramatic Japan. I've already opened it, haven't swatched it yet. I'm just gonna swatch it just for the sake. I want to like see how waxy it is. Very soft, but there's definitely still some kind of resistance there. Let me compare it to the Art Deco, my other and only black. This one is a waterproof, yeah. Oh, that's stickier. Yeah, this is a stickier formula. This is Art Deco. I'm excited to try this one out, even though it isn't waterproof. And because I think I'm kind of, you know, making good progress with these 4, I'm not too worried that a new item would hinder my success in rolling this category out, because I think maybe there'd be like only 1 or 2 months in between me finishing 2 versus 3. Let's talk about this one first. Maybelline Expression Line Refine Expression Kajal in 38 Brown. And here it is. There's just, yeah, really not a lot left if you look at like the side of my hand. And this purple chunk is my progress. So this is almost 3 months worth of progress. I think that's pretty decent. Let's look at this one next. Another one from Ruth, LA Girl. Perfect Precision Eyeliner in Deep Violet. Here it is again. You know, yeah, just about the width of my hand roughly. And here's the progress for this one. Again, that purple chunk there. And yeah, same amount of time, just under 3 months worth of progress. This is a lower lash line thing. I've also recently stopped wearing powder eyeshadow on my lower lash line and only wearing the LA Girl or the Maybelline Soft Bronze. And I think that's enough actually. I've been finding that my eyes get irritated from, you know, a little bit of powder kicking up into my eyeballs. So I'm grateful for having this one around and also the Maybelline one too. So like I already said, Maybelline Tattoo Liner Gel Pencil in Soft Bronze 976. And here is my progress for this one. Again, the same time span. I'm using these 4 pencils right now, all at the same time. I mean, 2 at the same time, but I'm not necessarily focusing on 1 or 2 specific ones. I just look at what fits whatever makeup I'm wearing that day. But I do team the 2 browns together and then the black and the purple as well. And I still want to show you the progress line, of course, for the Art Deco waterproof eye pencil. It's just in shade number 10. Super tiny. Look at that. And here's the progress on this black pencil. And the last time I showed it to you or I measured it was back in the middle of September. So this is almost 2 months worth of progress here. I've got one more item to show you before I show you my focus products for the end of the year. See if I can hit any more goals, empties specifically. And then I'm going to show you my autumn eyeshadow palette purchase and swatches and all the things. Okay. I have another empty and it's from my blush category. So this was in here, the Bare Minerals, no, a Bare Minerals Franken Loose Pigment Blush. Yeah. It's empty now. There really wasn't a lot left in here and I ended up frankening it into eyeshadow. And because I count physical items in here, you know, that has now gone into my eyeshadow pans of how many pans I've got. Has an effect on my pan percentage. It counts in that part of my collection. No longer here though, because I had 2 of these crushed up Franken powders and now I'm down to 1. I'm okay with it. So, and you know, blush is like a larger category. Again, for me in this project, I'm now down to 11, but my goal is to be down to 3. So I'm still 8 away from that, despite the fact that I've just had this empty and moved down from 12 to 11. So I'm happy with this empty, even though I can't say I've used it up, but the physical item is now able to be recycled. So I'm very pleased with that. Okay, let's talk about my focus products now for the end of the year. I would like to have another primer empty before the end of the year, and that means I would be down to 8 primers. And of course, I'm going to pick low-hanging fruits. So I'm going to go with a deluxe or mini travel size, sample size even, a 5ml Laura Mercier primer here. Pure canvas primer, hydrating, silicone-free. It's still sealed. I've got a little weekend trip coming up now. I'm going to take it with me. I hope it's going to be lovely and beautiful. And when I come back, I'm going to continue to use it and hopefully it will no longer be here at my next update. I've weighed all of these focus items as well, so that even if I'm not able to finish them, I can at least share some exciting weight progress with you. So this weighs in at 7.59 grams. And I'm probably going to hold on to that little metal thing here and add it in when I next weigh it. Then, and this is a 24 in 2024 plan to pan for this year item, and it's my Tower 28 Cream Blush. Beach Please Power Hour. This is now completely broken. Like there's nothing holding this in place anymore. I'm so bummed about this. There's a huge pan here and it's for both cheeks and lips. I have started to every now and then use this on my lips as well. Here's a swatch of it. It blends out really nicely. I wear it as a blush bronzer every single day, and sometimes I dab whatever's still left of it on my lips. I don't know if I can realistically finish it this year, but I am certainly going to try. This now weighs in at 36.91 grams, and hopefully Editing Dora remembers to take a progress picture of this as well, so that we can look at that next time I show it to you. For eye pencils in use, the fifth one is just gonna go back into the drawer. I won't be touching that until I have finished my black Art Deco waterproof eye pencil here. And these two, the dark brown Maybelline and this one here, the Art Deco one, are about the same size. And I think it would make sense to focus on the black one to hopefully have another empty for the end of the year, even though this is not in another project. But I think it would make more sense seeing as I have a black backup eye pencil now. And this currently weighs 3.07 grams. Next, I want to show you an item that isn't even in this project, but the category is in this project. So in my 24 and 2024 items, if you know, I included a cream eyeshadow that sits within an eyeshadow palette. I then added that eyeshadow into my Expand Those Pans project, and it got to the point where it was really hard to access that, so I had to depot it, whatever was left in it. And I depotted it into this Trended Up single eyeshadow. Single eyeshadows in this project as well, by the way, but I received this as a declutter. It was a black eyeshadow in here. In between updates, I received it, but then I also frankened it almost immediately. So I just held on to the packaging, haven't made it to the makeup recycling bin yet. Great job, because I now had this empty pan for the Revolution shadow called Based. It comes from the Revolution Pro Luxe Shadow Palette. And like I said, I'm trying to finish that for the end of the year. So this has my sole attention right now, apart from today where I wanted to wear Vive. But yeah, I think, you know, 6 to 7 days out of the week, I'm going to be wearing this. And hopefully I'll be able to finish it soon. I will update you next time at my finale for 24 and 2024. So you see it then, but I thought, you know, a little honorable mention here, and just also to explain that I won't be able to finish another eyeshadow stick for the end of the year. However, I've looked at my progress lines to see which eyeshadow stick is the shortest, and there's two here that are exactly at 1.8 centimeters or 18 millimeters. And that's the Vive Silverwing, and then also this H&M shadow stick called Lavender Flush. I'll give you a little swatch of this one as well. Super pretty. It's got a little bit of a shimmer there as well. So I'm not sure where to go once I've finished the depotted, not franken. So I'm gonna put both of them in and then see where I land. The Vive currently weighs 8.64 grams. And the H&M one weighs 11.56 grams. So let's see what happens. All right, let's talk about eyeshadow palettes. So eyeshadow palettes and nail polishes, I'm on a low buy on. For eyeshadow palettes, I have set myself the goal of only buying one per quarter or per season. So I did my little research and looked around, and what I really wanted to do was to try out a new formula. I wanted to purchase a brand where I haven't tried their eyeshadows yet. However, it's a brand that I'm really familiar with, and it's Laura Mercier, and I bought the Winter Wonderment palette. I just looked at this and I just thought, this looks so lovely. I was after a really beautiful cool toned palette, and I think I got that with this. So very happy it's still in its original packaging to present this to you here and have a little mini swatch party. So here's what it looks like. Yay! So excited to try these out. Okay, shade names are on the back. We've got Flurry, a matte, Velvet Ribbon, another matte, Twilight, a shimmer, Crystalline, a metallic, Winter Skies, a satin, Ember, a matte, Enchanted, a multichrome, Awestruck, a satin, and Woodland, another satin. So 3 mattes, 3 satins, 1 shimmer, 1 metallic, and 1 multichrome in this beautiful £9 palette. These weigh 13.74 grams in total, so yeah, definitely more than 1 gram in each pan individually. So exciting. It's very new to me to swatch something. I say immediately. I've had this for at least a month now, I think. But yeah, okay. I'm staying true to myself to not use something immediately, to just marvel at it in its pristine condition before I put my fingers into it. But let's go, yeah, top row, left to right, and do a little color story here. A very powdery shade here, which is probably not even going to show up too much on my skin. Oh yeah, it does. Oh, it just feels so soft. Yeah, definitely very, very soft and fine milled. Barely visible here, but okay. The next shadow is that pink. Oh, so not visible, but yeah, it's there. Let's go into that beautiful sparkly taupe here at the top. There's that. Middle row, sparkly, sparkly, that grey in the middle, and then that brown. These are all very taupe leaning, of course. Okay, that's the middle row. Here we go. Oh, that is such a pretty shade. That's the center one. Beautiful. And then on the bottom row, we've got the more icy looking, ooh, very iridescent multichrome. Yeah, it definitely has a lot of pink reflex in there. That's here. I wish it would show up on camera, but oh well. And then the mauvey taupe shimmer, and then of course that beautiful teal leaning blue. And that's that. This is my beautiful but very messy color story here of the Laura Mercier Winter Wonderment palette. I can't wait to put this on my eyelids IRL. I'm gonna have to wait a little bit longer. I feel like I've been getting really good at delayed gratification, waiting things out through this project specifically. And I know I will use this a lot next year. I've got plans for this palette, not just this one, but a few other ones. A new eyeshadow project or a twist on an existing one. You'll find out. So yeah, happy and excited to play with this, but I'm gonna have to wait for the new year basically. So many more eyeshadow projects I want to wrap up, goals I want to hit, la la la, especially pan that palette. All right, I think that's enough from me for this update. Stay tuned for the end of the month for my very exciting and super long 2-year update where I will show you everything. There'll be chapters, of course, if you don't want to watch the whole thing. Stuff to learn maybe as well. And thank you so much for watching all the way until the end. I hope you're having a lovely rest of your day or night, wherever you are, and I'm sending you so much love. Take care, bye.